Welcome to the Bastard Sermon. This is one of your three hosts, Cody Hucker,
Patrick Seta,
Luke Young,
and I've got my friend, my brother, my amigo, Jason Kee on this motherfucker today. Jason, say what's up.
Hey, what's up?
All right, and we got Jason on because he's got a myriad of insane, crazy fucking stories that we're gonna get into with him. But
first I wanted to ask something. You seen that movie Bright?
Oh, let's hear it.
Oh my god!
No,
right.
actually, I haven't. I was supposed to review it last night, but I didn't.
Let me save it the trouble. It's fucking garbage.
Oh, it's garbage.
Let me save Pat's stupidity here. It's an amazing, incredible movie that you should really give a chance because it's beautiful. It's tremendous.
It makes Cody cry.
I've cried 17 and a half times from that movie and Twilight.
Well,
You're making me turn away from this movie now.
I mean, Will Smith's cool.
Kidding about the Twilight part, of course.
No, he really does watch Twilight.
What was the thing that you were telling me about before we turned the mics on? You said it was called Altered Carbon or something like that?
Altered Carbon. I just looked up a trailer for it.
You know what? This blows my mind because I put it on my list a while ago on Netflix, but today I've heard 3 to 4 different people talk about it today. You know, I'm ready to watch this shit. It looks awesome.
It sounds badass.
What's it about? Can you guys give me a breakdown of what this shit's about?
I guess like this is just what I was told. I can't don't
quote me.
Quote me. Thanks.
There you go.
But apparently when you die, you can upload your mind into a computer, and then this is your life in this show is your life after death in the computer. That's what I've heard. I don't know if that's exactly what it is, but it looks fucking great.
Isn't the integration of humans and technology called like the synchronicity? Or synchronicity or something
or
like
the
singularity.
Singularity,
there
yeah. And who's the dude that he's like a scientist or something like that that's super into it? Not Dawkins.
I'm not positive.
Forget his fucking name, but
the guy that Johnny Depp played in Transcendence.
Probably.
Right?
I've never seen that movie
before.
before.
Okay. That movie's based on this maniac who's convinced he's going to be able to bring his dead father back as a computer AI.
Oh my God! Wasn't that Neil deGrasse Tyson's thing about time travel, or was that a different scientist talking about that they believed in time travel because his dad
was Neil
died?
Armstrong.
Oh, of course, Neil Armstrong. How could I forget?
I mean Buzz Aldrin. Sorry, Dr. Buzz Aldrin.
Get your movie actors right.
Professor Buzz Aldrin.
Dr.
Those aren't actors, Luke.
Tom.
Those are fucking people that have been on the moon.
That moon landing was
This
fake.
is the fucking problem with millennials. These cocksuckers don't even know who landed on the moon.
The moon
Leonardo
landing was
DiCaprio.
fake, man. I'm telling you.
Right.
Of course, we're just messing.
I'm just kidding. I don't believe in that shit.
Before we got on the mics, we were talking about David Goggins, who was just on Rogan's podcast recently, and that dude's fucking insane.
A
Pat,
monster.
You were just bringing it up. Go ahead, jump right into
He's
that.
a monster. He's an ultra marathon runner. So he runs these he runs like 50 miles to 200 miles in a single running session at all, and he won the world record for doing the most pull-ups in like 24 hours or something.
Yeah, I want to say it was like 4,000 something. I might be wrong about that. Google check me, fact check
Guy
me.
had
But
third-degree burns on his hands and whatnot. A freaking monster. And he used to be overweight, and then he decided that there is no secret to. Well, it was kind of inspiring. He was saying that there is no secret to doing what you love. You should always just be driven and just keep doing it. If it sucks, just keep doing it. It just be tough, motherfucker, because you're gonna have to deal with it anywads. Just fucking deal with it like everyone else.
That's wild. It's like he's describing our podcast.
Yeah. Didn't.
yeah, a very inspiring podcast about very beautiful things like children being torn apart by 50 caliber machine guns and
fuck yeah, that was.
Hey, those were factuals and historical events and.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the Fergie singing national anthem?
I wish I didn't,
Oh my
Patrick.
God.
I wish I didn't.
I wish I didn't either.
Did you see that, Jason?
It was Fergalicious.
Fergalicious, indeed. Yeah. Oh my God. Like, I wonder if she had like in-ears on at all. And in-ears are like little things you can plug in your ear to hear what's going on, but it's like she was completely tone deaf.
Dude, she even fucking admitted that it was like the worst performance that she was like, yeah, everything just didn't go my way that night. But the funniest part of that entire performance is the looks on the basketball players' faces.
Yep.
They're
And Jimmy
trying,
Kimmel.
And Jimmy Kimmel at the end. That was my favorite part, was watching Jimmy
like,
Kimmel
I'm
stand
thinking
up
of the
and
jokes
just
in my head right now as this.
I've been like searching fucking Jimmy Kimmel's YouTube page, like, because I don't watch TV, but just trying to find him shitting on her because it was, oh my god, you could tell that the basketball players were super weak the entire time and trying to hold their shit together, and one of them broke, just one of them, and then the entire thing just popped off, and they're all just fucking whole like head jumping back and fucking laughing right in her face right on camera, and then they panned to Chris Rock and he's looking like, what the fuck is this bitch doing? Did you see that thing she was doing with her finger too? Like she's doing that thing like there's
what singers do when they want to hit high notes. It's only ever notice that the only people that do that are the people that specifically can't sing,
right? It was, I don't know, it was super brutal.
Or Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey is one of the worst ones. God, did you see her like New Year's singing that she did?
How could I forget? I stay up all night watching Mariah Carey videos, Pat. How could I forget?
This was good because she stopped in the middle of her performance on live TV right before the ball dropped and says, I can't hear anything. Can you guys hear anything? Saying stuff like that to the crowd. And it was bad, dude. She's just a big diva. Big fucking diva.
Right on. Well, we have a guest on today, fellas. Let's let
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, my bad, you guys.
Do you think Mariah Carey is still bangable, Jason?
Oh, I'd say she's pretty thick.
Would you
I think she looks terrible.
Would you stick your purple meat hammer inside of her torn apart cooch?
Yeah, but I think I'd wear a condom.
Purple.
Well, I mean, Jason is a darker fella, so I would imagine that he's got a dark dick. Now, I don't know. My dick specifically is the darkest part of my body. My dick and balls, really, really dark. I
like
mean,
a dark brown?
Not real dark, but like for a ghosty, pale white dude, like super dark. So, Jason,
like
tell us about your dick
dick
first off, before you get into your life or any of the stories.
My
what's
dick
your
is
penis
just
looking
as
like
pale
these days,
as I
sir?
am.
Well, I'd say it's pretty average. I mean, it's a little darker. Yeah, that's true. But I often feel like when I shave my balls, I sharpen my razor. It's like a leather strap. You get it real fine.
You got leather strap balls, so you go like we were just talking about ball shaving last episode. So this is a perfect transitional. Do you full bat wing when you shave your balls? Like you really make it paper flat? Because I mean, nicking a nut is something that you never want to do with the razor. It really fucking hurts.
Never. I always get scared of the side nick, on the shaft.
Yeah.
But yeah, full bat wing every time.
Of course. Is there any other way to do it? Luke, Pat, do you guys have any pro tips for ball shaving? Do you even shave your... Look at Pat. He's got a full fucking mane on his face. I haven't shaved my balls
I am
since
Italian.
1999.
No, I mean, I keep it trim,
I imagine Pat has a big Laffy Taffy ball bag, like huge, like groceries pulling out the side. Like if you filled a grocery bag up with like 2 liters and it's got like salmon in there and fucking pencils poking out the side, I imagine,
handle this
and it's ripping a little bit at the bottom because it's so heavy, real heavy ball bag. Pat has a heavy ball bag look on his face.
Are you saying
right
I have
now.
a giant pair of balls?
Yeah, actually.
Saggy nuts.
And he's talking about jumping out of planes to me and shit in the past, and I'm just like, what kind of sack does this man have on him?
I guess it's
might
pretty
hoist
average.
him to the ground quicker.
Oh no, we
I thought we were
scared
talking
Jason
about pubes,
away.
not balls.
Well, pubes and balls.
I definitely don't have the biggest pubes.
The two are pretty related, so I feel like they're important to not distinguish. I mean, you don't want to be racist towards the pubes or the balls.
I can't. It's got to be
crew cut.
You got to be able to navigate through it.
Crew
Facts.
cut or bangs?
Navigate.
Yeah, you got to navigate through it. It's not like it has like a freaking ecosystem or something down there.
If you get crabs, it will.
Definitely not happening.
Jason, do you have another ashtray that I can also smoke on? This is the first podcast I can fucking smoke inside. This is tremendous. Where can I ash?
You can just ash on the floor.
Oh, okay, awesome.
No, I'm just kidding. Ash in your can. You have a drink right there.
Well, it's all the
You
way
would
full.
really ash on someone's floor, Cody?
Oh, he told me it was fine.
This
Of course I would.
motherfucker came over my house and burnt a cigarette out on my wall.
Tell that story. Go ahead, tell that story.
Well, I invited him and Sean over, and
Wow, Cody.
they were
a piece of shit.
getting pretty drunk and belligerent, and I had this little house outside. We were all chilling in, smoking pot in, and yeah, Cody proceeds to put a cigarette out on the wall.
I don't remember this at all. Why did I put the cigarette out on the... Where were you living at this time?
Oh, I was over fucking Mary's house.
Oh, when you were living at Bedbug Palace?
Bitch, no.
No, I thought you meant Mary...
You lived through an
what's her
infestation?
face? Oh, I was thinking of Mrs. Nancy. So
No, I was thinking of over Ann Waggle.
Nobody knows who we're talking about right now, so it doesn't really matter. But
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now I remember. So he used to live by an elementary school, and this is when you were still in foster care, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that your foster family, like, had a little tiny house. It was like a playhouse or whatever the fuck it was. Now I remember, and Sean zipped his dick up into his pants. I'll get to that. So well, that was actually first, so I guess I should do that first. We were out pissing next to an elementary school, probably super illegal. It was nighttime, though, so I don't know. No one saw us.
Oh, that makes it legal.
Well, I mean, as long as it's not dick out in front of kids, then that's fine. And when I say we, I'm just trying to incriminate Sean and not me. But let's pretend like it was just him. So then I turn around, and then I just hear, ah! And it was like, what is that? And then Sean's like, I fucking zipped my dick up into my pants. We proceed to get drunker, and next thing I know, we're in a little tiny playhouse thing that they had behind that fucking house that he lived in, which is directly next door to this elementary school. And I'm gonna cut the name of that fucking elementary school out, so I don't incriminate myself. But yeah, we were smoking cigarettes in there, and then I fucking put a cigarette on the wall because I'm a piece of shit when I get drunk sometimes, fellas.
This was also back in high school when Cody didn't realize that I could break his face.
Yeah, true. Me and Jason have known each other for fucking years and years. And over those years, we have come across several crazy fucking stories. Do you want to get into one? Do you have anything you can think of specifically that you want to talk about?
Have you guys ever punched each other?
Yeah.
Oh,
In the
no,
face?
I haven't. Cody has punched me in the face.
No. We went hard to the body a bunch of times. What are you
Well,
talking about?
hard to the body.
No, I'm talking about to the face.
God damn, I caught an elbow one time from Cody. I'm just mean as fuck.
Okay. So Jason ran up on me, and I thought that it was a fucking somebody trying to rob me. So I spun up and put my elbow out, and it was Jason's face. And then
Damn.
next thing I know,
that's
he's
shitty
bleeding in the
luck.
back of a car and fucking really upset with me, as he should have been. And then I was like cleaning his blood up. I hope I don't have hepatitis. I don't ever go to the doctor, but cleaning his blood up with my bare hands and such. It was a real mess of a night. And then we dropped him off at some sketchy apartment building.
Yes, sir.
Or it was a hotel or something like that.
I think so. Yeah, I think I was going over my friends there.
True shit. Well, besides me doing awful things to you, do you have any other horrible,
What's
hilarious, great stories that you could
the
tell?
craziest fight you've ever been in?
Craziest fight? I don't know. I've been in a lot, so it's like
Break them all down.
break them all down.
Why not?
Not all.
Let's
of
talk
them.
about
Like
let's
you
not-
broke
let's
their
not-
fucking faces, yeah.
Let's
brother.
not do that.
Oh yeah,
No, I do want to talk about.
get you.
Jason, Macho Man Savage, brother. Oh yeah.
Cody was there for one. It was actually
This was in high school.
A lot of people saw that fight, so I guess
This was hilarious.
Were they yelling, fight, fight, fight?
no.
Give some context. Tell the backstory before you tell the
Yeah,
fight story.
paint this image for me.
I
All
hope
right.
I know this person.
It was more like I was dating this whore. And,
He's dead now, so it's okay.
Oh,
My
okay.
lord.
Because
Damn.
Cody killed him.
Jason, not me.
Jason killed him.
Nobody killed anybody. He killed himself with heroin. Anyways.
Yeah, just a little.
My
heroin.
lord.
Drugs killed him.
But anyways, dude was just like, oh, I slept with a girlfriend and started talking a bunch of shit. And I was just like, dude, I ain't even gonna talk shit to you. Like, when I see you, I'm gonna beat your ass. And pretty much when I saw him, I beat his ass, and he was really shocked about it.
There's
And-
a so
walk
Jason's
me
not
through
setting
it.
this up as
Yeah.
good as he should.
All right,
Tell
Cody,
the whole thing.
you fucking do it then.
No, because I remember I fucking instigated this shit. We
Yeah,
were in
you
high
you
school.
let me ask you a
instigated
question.
the fuck out of
whole
it.
fight.
So dude came up to you, and
No.
then he's like,
Crap
what up?
criminal.
And then you just smacked the shit out of him.
No, it was more like he slept with my girlfriend, and then it was just like, oh, well, I'm gonna proceed to talk shit to you over Facebook, and I was just like, you know what, dude, when I see you, I'm gonna fucking knock your lights out.
Okay, so what happened?
So I skipped class and I went.
Well,
to,
wait. There was like a month that went by in between all this, and he had been talking shit, and you guys never, like, you went to the same high school I went to, which we won't mention, and fucking, he just kept talking shit this whole time, but never to his face. It had been just a month of not being able to see him and shit like that.
I just pretty much told him straight up, like, dude, when I see you, I'm gonna beat your ass. And then he just kept continuously talking shit to me over Facebook. So I skipped class one day and went to lunch to go and chill with Cody. And the entire time, Cody's just like, dude, he's next lunch, man. He's a pussy.
Oh yeah, I told
Just
him because
wreck
Jason
him.
showed up, and I was like, "When are you gonna beat Frank's ass, pussy?" Like, and I'm trying to hype Jason up, like trying to make him mad so that he'll fucking
Don't make Jason
fuck Frank up. No, Jason, for real.
Mad.
Yeah, for real. So I'm hyping
You're
Jason
not
up.
even like shameful about it.
You're an enabler, Cody.
I don't
He is.
care.
He is
It's
definitely
all right.
an enabler.
This was many years ago, many moons. This is like fucking junior year of high school. So what is that? 2010. So 8 years ago. All right, I can't feel bad
I
about
probably
shit
would
for
have
8
done the
years.
same thing back then.
Yeah, so Jason comes to lunch, and I'm like, "What's up, dude?" And then like I brought up the Frank thing. I'll just say his name. Fuck it. And I was like, "When are you gonna beat Frank's ass?" And then he was like, "I haven't been able to see his bitch ass for like a month. He's been talking shit, all this stuff, fuck my girlfriend, blah blah blah." And I was like, "He's in the very next lunch, like." And then he's at the lunch table with me and a bunch of friends, so they all overhear this. And he's like, "I'm about to fuck him up after lunch." And I was like, cool because the way that the cafeteria was set up was people would line up outside of the cafeteria, and then the exiting room, like whenever you got finished with the lunchroom would walk past all the people that were lining up. Now, Jason's fight with them is the reason why they diverted that afterwards, because the teachers couldn't get to him quick enough to stop the fight because they all fucking surrounded him. So I hyped up Jason, and I was like, dude, you gotta beat Frank's fucking ass. You've been talking all this shit. He's been talking all this shit, and I know that you're gonna whoop Frank. And then he's like, I'm gonna. And then I keep talking like horrible shit, like trying to make Jason mad. But he was like, Cody, you're doing the worst job right now at talking shit. Like, you're just not hyping me up at all. Like, I'm gonna fuck Frank up without you talking shit. It was like, okay, cool. And actually, Jamie, our last podcast guest, was with us during this. He actually was right next to me. So I grabbed Jason and fucking like push him through the line of people. And then I see Frank, and I'm like, there's Frank. And then fucking Jason just comes up and socks him right in his face. And then Frank drops, and everybody fucking forms a circle around Jason. And you gotta imagine it's a full like high school lunch bell. It's a big fucking high school, and there's a lot of people surrounding us. So go ahead and start from there, Jason.
Well, first of all, there was like 1,000 people in that fucking line, like waiting for fucking lunch. So there's just a whole entire crowd.
Keep going.
And so pretty much yeah, Cody's just like hyping me up, but it didn't really happen like that. I walked up and I punched him in the face, and I was like, dude, throw your hands up. And he's just like, what? And I was like, dude, you talked all that shit, throw your fucking hands up. And he put his hands up, and I just knocked his fucking lights out in like 3 hits. And then when he fell on the ground, I was like, you know what, dude, you're a pussy, get back up. Like, you talked all that shit, like, just get back up. He stood back up, I guess you can call it kind of manly. He stood back up, even though I fucking rocked his shit.
Couldn't even get his hands up.
And then he's like sitting there trying to swing at me, and I just kept ducking everything. And I was like, dude, you're fucking pathetic. And I just like fucking haymaker the shit out of him. And he fell back down, and then I told him to get back up, and I slung him against the wall and just started beating the shit out of him. And
Jason grabbed him by the head and kneed him in the face about 10 times. And then
My lord.
he just decided that it was over. He was like, I can't keep beating this fucking dude's ass that's not going to defend himself. So he had this fucking this wristband on after everybody's already cheering from him beating his ass. You know, you remember those silly bands, the ones that would be a bracelet, you take it off and it'd be a thing. He had one that was a crown, so he fucking took it off and threw it in Frank's face, and he was like, I'm the king, bitch. And then I grabbed Jason and pushed him for real, and then I pushed him through the crowd of people, and then fucking just like leave, and then he fucking jumped out the back and then like ran past the career center and fucking into the woods he went. And then whatever transpired next happened, but a teacher pulled me aside a second after I got Jason out of the, like, I pushed him through the crowd of people. Everybody's patting him on the back, and he's the champ, he's the champ, he's the fucking champ. And then got him out the back, and then the janitor walks up to me and is just like, you see who was in that? And I was like, I was too far back. I was like right in front of him, because Jason was like, if one of his boys jumps in, you gotta beat his ass. So yeah, there's one of those stories. Tell a story where you got your ass kicked, though. Because
oh, god damn, that sucks.
How about the triple C's and the police story?
The triple C's and the police story? I don't know if I want to be revealing that shit.
Okay, never mind.
That's cool.
But one time I did get jumped right in front of Laughlin High School. It was really terrible because the police department's like maybe 4 houses down from the front of the high school. And this guy had slapped me in class and like ran away from me, and I was just like, all right, dude, when I see you outside of school, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Why'd he slap
He
you?
slapped you?
I don't know, he's just really socially awkward. He was like, he had like fucking, what is it?
He wasn't autistic. You didn't
Autism.
beat
Yeah,
the shit out of an autistic
he's
kid.
probably autistic, yeah, for real. But
Are you about to tell a story where you fought a special kid, Jason?
I guess
Go
so.
on. Get
Was
to
he
the good
wearing
parts.
his helmet and the helmet broke your fist? I'm sorry, go ahead.
So pretty much, I wasn't going out for this guy. I just kind of like was walking past the high school, and he showed up with like 4 people, and he was just like, his older cousin was like 18. He was just like, dude, you're wanting to fight my cousin and all this shit. And I was like, yeah, I guess. And then his cousin came, or the fucking dude that slapped me came up, and he was just talking a bunch of shit, and he pushed me, and I was like, dude, don't fucking push me. And he's just like, what are you gonna do about it? And I was like, I'm gonna slug you in the fucking mouth. Don't push me again. And he pushed me, so I fucking dropped him, and then just started kneeing him in the face, and then I got him in a headlock and started slugging him in his eyebrow, like. And then next thing you know, I'm catching a boot to the forehead, and I'm having 4 people jump on my face while I'm fucking getting my ass beat.
Do you know what happened? You
Get a
just
little
got
closer
jumped
to
for
the
hitting
mic.
this kid?
What?
Did you get jumped for hitting this kid that was autistic? For beating up this special kid?
Man, fuck you, Cody.
I mean,
No, but
was he autistic though?
No, I don't think so. He's just not right in the head.
Making podcast jokes. That's all, fellas.
But yeah, it was a pretty horrible experience. I got my fucking head jumped on by like a couple people and kicked in the face and knocked my teeth out.
That really fucking sucks, my dude.
What's
I've
it
had
like in
to
your-
avoid a lot of fights like that when I was younger.
Well, I'm a pretty ballsy motherfucker, so.
What's it like to get
I was
teeth
struck
knocked
with
out?
fear.
Oh, it's terrible. It's
What
fucking.
happened?
How
It's
many
fucking
teeth
terrible.
have you lost?
Oh, I've lost 2. They actually kicked me so hard in my face that it killed the root in my molar.
Did you spit the tooth at him? Say, is that all you got, bitches?
No, it's more like I got knocked the fuck out and I woke up to my shattered, crumbled teeth all over the
It
ground.
makes
And,
it cringe,
and
dude.
I'm sitting. They dragged me into high school and they're just like, dude, sitting across the hallway from me, and I'm just like, dude, I'm gonna eat your fucking brains. Like as soon as all this shit gets over with, I'm gonna fucking crack your head open and eat
Then
your
you spit
brains.
your tooth at him.
No, I don't think I was
Spit
even.
blood at him.
My shit was split so bad I couldn't even do anything. I was just drooling everywhere.
God
So-
damn, dude.
What's the repair process like for that?
Well, I went to the hospital and they just basically pulled chunks of gravel out of my face
Ugh.
and lanced a bunch of blisters where the gravel had went so deep into my skin that it just got infected or something.
God damn.
Was that the worst injury you've ever had?
I don't know, man.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but when you talk like right there on the
Right here.
yeah, keep going.
Right here, Cody.
Right there. Oh
Right.
yeah, baby.
All right.
Yeah, slow and deep.
Autistic kid.
Well, he was special enough to get his ass beat.
Oh my god.
That's funny. But you don't know what the worst injury you've ever had was?
Well, no, I don't. I got hit by 2 cars. It fucked me up pretty bad.
Tell both of those stories.
Dude, actually, I think it's super funny because the first time I got hit by a car, I mean, of course, I was super pissed. I was riding my bike and they dragged me about 15 feet.
Where were you at?
Downtown, over like right behind the Warner Brothers.
Like OTR area?
Things. Yeah. And they hit me, and it was some black girl, and so I was really pissed, because I just got pinned under a car and dragged 15 feet and fucking almost had my spine snap in half. So I crawl out from under the car as fast as I can immediately as she stops, and I just grab my bike and fling it at like a 2-story window and bust the window out. And I was just like, "You're lucky I don't fucking slaughter you." And she's
then you
like,
spit your
"What?"
teeth out at
And
her.
then she just drives off.
What is with
How
you
fucked-
and the fucking spitting shit at people?
I don't know.
And why does he just have a crumbled tooth in his mouth and spit at her?
Every fucking time, just grinding my teeth to pieces.
He's always got a tooth in his mouth ready to
Just
spit.
shotgun.
Yeah.
In
spit
Pat's
teeth at
imaginary
people?
fight, in Pat's imaginary fight stories, that's how it goes every time. He just fucking spits the tooth back out. Is that all you got, punk?
We're all a bunch of fucking sharks just growing our shit back.
You're just a one-liner,
Pat's actually
like
a shark,
hero
though.
in your head.
I am a shark. It's a big deal.
Patrick the Shark Seta.
Yep, that's my name. Don't wear it out.
Shark Seta.
And the second time I got hit by a car was I was over at Sean's house. Like it was literally like the
Cheviot area in Ohio.
third day of the new year. So I'm going out and I'm actually going to pick up cigarettes for Amanda, and I go out there and I'm walking across the street. It's a 3-way intersection. I get the walk light and I fucking start walking across the street, and I see this guy out of the corner of my eye cut the fucking curve way too hard and veer into the other lane, and I can tell he's gonna hit me. So I just tense up and pretty much shoulder every fucking bit of that impact and put a huge dent inside of his fucking hood of his car. And everybody comes out of the bar just fucking like, "Hey, what's up?" Like, it sounds like a car crash, and they see me and I'm fucking like just yelling at the guy like, "Dude, you broke my fucking arm. Fuck you." And I'm flicking him off like, "Dude, fuck you." And all the people come out of the bar and they're just like, "Dude, it sounded like a car crash. You need to lay down because we don't want you to fucking like
Internal bleeding and all that shit.
internal bleeding and shit." And
Dude,
so,
I remember you told me that your arm felt like exploded sausage or whatever. That's the way that you were describing it to me after. Because I remember right after you got hit by the car, you were telling me that your arm felt like, when you cook a sausage too long and it splits or whatever. That's the way that you were describing it to me. That sounded fucking brutal.
Yeah, it fucking hurt like a bitch. So I went to work after that, and I was working Fridays at the time.
Excuse me?
Doing saute, and I told my boss I got hit by a car, and he's just like, "Nah, dude, you're fucking around. Like, why you even here?" And I was just like, "I don't fucking know." And I literally come back, like I had a day off after that, so I come back to work, and my arm from my left side of my chest all the way down to like maybe my forearm on my left side is just all black. And he's like, "Dude, no way." And I was like, "Yeah, man, I told you I got hit by a fucking car. Like, I wasn't playing around." And yeah, it sucked because doing saute, you gotta fucking pick up those heavy ass fucking cast iron skillets from the top of the
dude.
roof, and it's
There's
just,
fucking 12 of them that you gotta lift up all at once.
yeah, it sucked ass. But they gave me hella props. I even think they gave me a 25-cent raise for that, coming into work, fucking myself up so bad.
Jesus
Man, this guy
Christ.
got hit by a car. Let's give him a 25-cent rate.
I better
I'm trying to get
compensate
fucking
him.
annihilated by a car.
Trying to get that dollar raise, Luke.
You fucking
Come in there
know
with
it.
fucking shredded ankles and shit.
Dude, I'll walk in. I won't even walk in. I'll roll in.
fucking somersault in the front door.
Goddamn right. Throw the cash this way.
Right on. Have you guys ever had any, Luke or Pat, have you guys ever got hit by anything or got fucked up by anything? Any weird injuries or anything like that?
I've avoided a lot of injuries in my life. I went to a Catholic school in Price Hill, and walking home you got to run away from people sometimes.
You gotta
especially
run.
people who want your shoes.
People that want your shoes? Are you
Yes.
trying to say something, Luke?
No,
What are you saying here, fella? I don't follow you.
I'm saying people want to fuck you up sometimes.
That's true.
In bad neighborhoods.
Off of Work Road, I got stabbed. Did I ever tell that story in this podcast?
I don't think so.
I don't think you've told it. Tell it.
Well, when I was walking home from work, I had I was walking down on Work Road, which is kind of a busy road if you're unfamiliar, and I was working at La Rosa's at that time, the one on that street, which was the original, which is a pizza place for those who don't know. When I was walking down the street, all I had on me, and this was before cell phones were like really a big thing, but I had a big pack of juicy fruit in my back pocket.
Oh, God
Important
damn.
Where my
part of the
wallet
story.
would be.
Need it,
Oh yeah, it's so good. But the flavor never lasts, those fuckers.
unfortunately. That's why you eat 2 sticks, Pat.
I never
You
thought
eat
about
2 sticks.
I thought that was I never thought about it.
You got to do it, bro.
I know, I'm a fool. So as I was walking home, some guy just runs up on the middle of this busy street and tackles me onto the ground. He reaches in my back pocket. I'm like, oh, fuck. And I try to swing around, and it was a really bad punch. I only barely nicked his chin. And he looked like he was lifting up his hand, like he was about to just hit me with his fist. And I lift my hand up in front of my face, and I just felt the pressure of it. And then he ran off, and then I look at my hand, and I see that there's a big-ass blade. Well, not a big-ass blade, but I would say like a 4-inch blade that's sticking out of my hand. I have a scar right there.
Pat still got the
Aisha.
blade, too.
Yeah, I still have the blade upstairs.
Oh, shit. He
by
hit
the
you right
podcast
between the
set.
fingers, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like the webbing of Pat's finger in between his index and middle finger is what he's holding up for us to see
Yeah.
right now.
Did
There's
you
a
have to get
nice
that
little cut there.
reattached?
What a fucking
No,
dick. I would have pulled it out of my
I had
hand
to
and
get a
chased him
couple
down.
stitches, but it was easy fix. But
I would have
it
left
was
it
pretty
split.
wild looking down my finger, looking at my finger because it didn't bleed immediately. So it's really surreal when you actually get to see what your insides look like.
Gross.
It's just weird knowing that there's you have a mechanical or organic mechanical machine or all inside of you running your whole body.
On
It's
my
just wild.
Dude, on my wrist right here, when I was a kid, Jason, you could tell yours after this, but do you guys see this little C-shaped scar on my wrist or whatever? Is it? I don't know if you could see it. I was a kid watching Superman, and I was at my dad's house, probably 7th grade, however old you are then. And I just watched Lex Luthor get super upset in Superman and crush a fucking a whiskey glass in his hand, and it just broke to pieces. And I was like, no way anybody's that strong. And I'm holding a glass of tea, like a glass or whatever.
Like a
I'm
cup.
holding it in between my 2 palms, so I've got my right palm on the right side and the left palm on the other side.
Bad
and I was like, there's
decisions
no
already.
fucking.
Oh, no.
I was like, there's no fucking way that a person can break it. And as I'm having that thought, I'm putting pressure on the glass, and I put the pressure on it and clap my hands together, and the glass of course shatters because glass breaks easily, and my dumb kid brained it and fucking pieced that together. So then I look down, and there's a shard of glass in my fucking wrist next to all my veins, which is what that C-shaped scar is. And I pulled it out, and then I saw my veins, I could see my veins and blood leaking out. And I was like, well, no, time to go to the hospital. Dad
Something's not right.
didn't even go to the hospital for it. My dad fucking poured hydrogen peroxide in there, and I was like, you're not gonna get stitches? I want to get stitches. And he was like, let's see how it looks in a minute. And he bandages it all up, and it's fucking
If
leaking
it
blood
hurts more
everywhere.
tomorrow, we'll go to the doctor.
It's a gnarly fucking scar. Jason, you've got something.
I stepped on glass on Saturday.
Did you?
I
How'd
stepped
that
on.
go?
It was barely any at deep. I don't know what the piece of glass is. I don't know if it's still in me or not. I feel like I would know it would hurt if I was stepping on it, but just a tiny little slit, and I was gushing blood everywhere. It would not stop. It was kind of freaky. I was like, "Fuck, do I need to go to the hospital for this?"
Dude, head, hands, and feet, they bleed so much when you get them. When you just nick them a little bit, they just fucking leak because
Fuck
there's so
yeah.
many little tiny capillaries inside of all your fingers and your head and your fucking feet. You could just barely open it up and you'll be leaking.
I when I was younger, I went on a kayaking or a canoe trip with the summer camp that I was with. And, because I lived in a bad neighborhood and my mom wanted me to meet friends. So
Friends that weren't drug dealers and fucking gang
I
members.
could actually go outside and, be
have
safe.
fun.
Yeah. So we went on this canoe trip, and we went about 4 miles deep, and we found these rope swings on the side of the river. And, of course we got to swing on them. And there was one hidden up in the tree branches really high. And we had a camp counselor named Big John. And this dude was tall as fuck.
Was he fucking kids with a name like Big John?
Yeah.
He was the coolest fucking dude ever.
Yeah, call me BJ.
He was the coolest fucking guy ever. But he puts me on his shoulders so I could try to reach it, right? And I'm like, I still can't get it. He was like, stand up. And I stand up on his shoulders, and I still can't get it. Super sketch position, by the way. We're standing on a slanted, rocky surface.
Your dick's resting on his forehead.
No, I'm standing on his shoulders now. And he fucking slips, right? He slips.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
He slips. He catches me mid-air. He fucking takes the blow, but my head goes like away from his body, and I dome myself on a rock.
Yeah. And then you spit your tooth out.
Right in his fucking face, and I screamed at him. I woke up, and I was just like, all right, dude, that sucked. Let's go. And he was like, you're not going anywhere. So what are you talking about? And I realized my shirt was off, like I was shirtless, and he shows me my shirt, and it's just
covered in
crimson red with blood.
Jizz everywhere.
Yes. BJ's got you.
Yeah, BJ's really working that child dick while you were down.
Remember next is my shirt
I
was
had to
off.
get
and my
fucking
towel was
8
covered in
staples, dude.
semen. Damn, that's fucked up, man. I know
Bought
a kid
me
that
a
was
video
on,
game though for it.
You ever seen the show Scarred?
Of course. Yeah,
Yes.
I knew a
Yeah.
dude
I
that was on it.
I know a dude that's on
We
it
do
too.
too.
From Coleraine. I don't really know him, but
Maybe
We
it's
know
the
of
same
him.
guy.
he was a fuck up in Coleraine that really fucked his arm up real bad. His
Don't
arm
beat
was
us
I'm
up.
not gonna say his
Don't
name.
beat us up.
I'm not gonna say his name. Okay, that wasn't it. But there was this kid who he was doing a kickflip, and it was over at the Delhi skate park, if you're familiar. And I get what he did was he did a kickflip, and when he kicked the board on the bottom, the board flipped up and basically shaved his nose up off of his
Oh my
face.
God.
Did he get like
Awesome.
230 staples or something
Does he
ridiculous?
look normal still?
I remember the episode that he blacked himself out. I don't know what he looks like now, but I know that he was so insecure about the way that the stitches pulled up on. He probably looked like Michael Jackson.
God damn.
That
with
sucks.
or like FrankenJacksonstein.
Badoops.
FrankenJacksonstein?
Yeah. Like
I
with a
think
bunch
we
of
know the name of the
scars.
podcast.
FrankenJackson.
FrankenJacksonstein.
Yeah.
Say that 3 times fast.
FrankenJacksonstein. FrankenJacksonstein. FrankenJacksonstein.
Not that
I
hard.
think I fucked it up.
I
the
don't
last
know. I
time.
thought it would be hard. But yeah, that was really weird. What happened with the guy that you knew?
I think he tried to. He was on a stair set and he tried to fucking ollie up onto. I might be fucking this up. Ollie up to grind a rail and then he just fell super hard on his arm and broke his fucking. I want to say broke the. I don't remember it that well. It's part of his arm or something, and his arm turned into It looked like a worm, like a silly worm when he was done with it. He was just flopping it around and shit.
You ever seen those videos of like people who break their arms or legs and then they're like they have that 1 second or couple seconds of just shock where they're like, you know what I just did?
I broke my arm and had the same thing fucking happen to me. Yeah.
What happened? Walk
I
us
was-
step by step.
I was it was 5th grade. I was riding on my bike. It was real dry outside, so the gap. I was riding my bike on the sidewalk, so there was that gap in between the sidewalk and the grass that it got super deep because there was no water in the grass for it to grow up. So there was like a good crevice along the entire fucking sidewalk, and I wasn't paying attention, and I got my front tire stuck in that crevice, and I went up over the top of the handlebars and landed on my left elbow, and my fucking arm went all the way. I watched my arm go all the way forward. I'm double jointed, so I'm lifting my arm up right now, and it looked all fucked like this. And then next thing I know, I'm standing up. I don't remember like getting up, but I'm just standing there holding my arm, and I'm trying to lift it up, and my arm won't lift above my waist like at all, and I run crying back to my house, which was like across the street, and fucking my mom's like, we gotta go to the hospital. And I was like, I'm gonna have to get stitches, and she was like, you don't need stitches, but you need probably surgery. And I did, and I put I don't know if you could see it, but I've got 2 dots in the back of my arm where they put 2 pins in.
You still have those pins?
No, well, I did. I put them in a jar, and I wanted to save them because I thought it was cool. And my mom fucking threw them away because she thought they were gross. Which, I mean, she's right, but still.
Were they gross?
They were
to
in
be
my
honest?
fucking body for 3 months. I wanted to keep them, but so that my arm healed fine. They stuck those 2 pins in back there. And then in the same house, 2 years later, when I was in 7th grade, I was riding my skateboard this time. This is why I stopped skateboarding, because I realized that there's no fucking point. You just hurt yourself a lot. Me and my brother are skateboarding, and his fucking idiot friend that didn't know how to ride a skateboard is on his bike. Apparently didn't know how to ride a bike either. So we're in front of the same house that 2 years before I broke my arm in front of. Same exact fucking house. And this time, the family's outside that lives in this house. I'm riding just normally in the middle of the street, and this kid fucking crashes his bike into me. And when he crashes his bike into me, he jumps off of it right quick, so there's no weight holding the front tire down. So while the front tire is still spinning, it sucked my fucking board underneath, and then I went to the left side of the bike, and I grabbed the handlebars, and I landed with my full body weight. I wasn't as fat as I am now, but I landed with my full body weight right here on the left side of my chest. And then it took all the wind out of me, and I fell to the ground. And then I stood up like, oh, God, and I breathed in real heavy. And then I felt like I could feel my ribs compress in towards my lungs. And then I felt my lung collapse, like my lung completely collapse. And I was like, like, it was fucking brutal, dude. And then I was like, fuck, oh my fucking God, like screaming curse words. And this fucking family's outside, and they were like, we have children out here. And then I fucking, with the last bit of my fucking one lung's breath, I was like, fuck your fucking children and your whole family. I hope they fucking die. And then I laid back down like, oh, call an ambulance.
Call an ambulance before you fucking die.
Yeah, and then they're holding their kids like they just got, like they just
children
watched them,
inside.
like they just watched a rape or something, because I
so
fucking cunt family. I had my ribs broken, my lungs collapsed, and they were like, you need to
man.
watch your language. I was like, you need to watch your fucking house, because I'm gonna burn it down. And then fucking like the ambulance shows up, and I'm crying. It was horrible, and they put me in the hospital, and the first time I ever ate Percocet was then. They gave me one, and I went from crying to laughter, and then I found out about the miracle of morphine, because they gave us a little drip, and you could fucking click that button and just keep getting the drip, and that was fantastic. I don't remember how long I was in the hospital. It felt like a week. They told me it was 3 days. And apparently they had to reset my lung, which I don't remember. They told me they had to stick a needle into my chest and blow my lung back up, and it was fucking horrible. I don't have a scar from that or anything. Fucked. I don't know why, because you're supposed to have a scar from where the tube goes in, but I don't, nothing. So, yeah, it sucked balls.
Would you do it again?
Yeah, dude, for money.
Yeah, for money.
$48.
That'd
When
be
you're-
a man-to-man
when they
right
were-
there.
when
Would
they
you
were-
rather
Man-to-man.
eat a bucket of Tide Pods or get a collapsed lung?
Well, we'll jump into man-to-man here in a minute. We're at about 36 minutes, which I think is the perfect time for me to take a piss break. Do you guys agree?
No.
No?
No.
All right, well,
Yeah.
all right.
Pat
Go take
was
a
trying
pee.
Well, I'll just go piss. You guys keep it rolling then.
Okay.
to... So what were you trying to say, Pat?
So, would you ever pee on a marshmallow?
Sometimes.
Why? Why?
What would happen?
Probably nothing.
It'd probably be a pissy marshmallow.
Yeah.
It would
It
go
probably
from
wouldn't be white anymore.
it would go from white to a tinge of
Be a
yellow,
yellow marshmallow.
and I would just go about my day shortly after.
What would you do with it after you peed on it? Would
Nothing.
you tell
I would
anyone?
forget about it.
Would you
shortly
tell
after.
us on the
I would probably
podcast?
tell someone.
Would you tell us on the podcast?
You gotta name it. Salty and sweet.
Yeah. But would you, Big Jason, if you peed on a marshmallow, would you tell us right now? What's the weirdest thing you've ever done?
Weirdest thing I've ever done? I'm not entirely sure of that. Off the top of my
What's
head.
the most embarrassing thing?
Oh, God. I don't even know.
The cringiest thing?
Cringiest thing.
Come on, I know you got something for me.
I'm sure I do.
It's between us, man to man.
Man to man? Oh, God. I don't even know, man. For real, I can't come up with anything off the top of my head.
That's cool. Luke, what about you? What's the most embarrassing moment of your life?
The most embarrassing moment of my life.
Like something you still think about daily. It keeps you up at night. You wonder back to those times. You're like, do they remember? Or
I
am the
get
one that
I
remembers?
get pretty angry when I think about all the things that I did when I was in a Catholic school.
I mean, I went to Catholic school too. What kind of?
Yeah,
stuff
but now I'm like, my brother says he describes to people me as a militant atheist. So yeah,
I never got that.
I don't think I'm
impression.
that angry about it, but yeah.
Would you consider yourself militant?
No,
Then why are you wearing camo?
I'm not wearing camo. Don't you lie.
Well, I mean, the audience. I feel like they have to believe me
Oh, but they don't.
that you're wearing camo.
I feel like they're going to.
Yeah.
They don't.
Luke is wearing full camo.
I'm not.
Sweatshirt.
I'm wearing
camo
a cowboy
sweatshirt,
bebop shirt
wearing combat
with
boots.
khaki jeans
He's got a beret on.
and really beat up Vans.
Just all tactical.
He's got an eye patch.
That is factual though.
Yeah.
That part is true.
Yeah.
I do. Have
Why are you
an eye
wearing that eye
patch.
patch?
Why?
Yeah.
Lost a battle.
Lost a battle. What happened in your battle?
It was a fierce war.
A fierce war.
Yeah.
Who were you fighting?
Cody.
It's a fierce war against Cody.
Yeah.
I'm almost back. What are we talking
Well,
about
Cody's
now?
back, and he can tell us about his most embarrassing moment that he's ever had.
Holy fucking God. The most embarrassing moment? I mean, there's so many. God damn.
Yeah,
That's
countless.
exactly where I was coming from.
Dude, I used to have to dress up as an angel at the end of the Christmas choirs and give a speech.
Man, you guys,
yearly.
where'd you go?
I went to Resurrection, bro. Never heard of it. I'm sure.
I know, I've heard of it. I went to St. Dominic.
What,
We used to-
really?
yeah, we
You
used
did?
to-
Oh,
yeah.
knuckles, bro.
We used to, do, and then I went to Elder.
And I'm sure you guys beat us every single time you
I
played
won't
us
lie.
at anything.
We killed you guys in soccer.
Dude, I promise you we played each other then.
Yeah, I probably. Anyways, Cody, most embarrassing moment of your entire life that you think about every single day and it haunts you all the time. What is it?
There's so many, man. I don't know. There's
There's so
Fuck.
many, man.
There's so fucking many. There was the time that I tried to kill myself at your house. That's pretty embarrassing. There was the time when, I don't know, have you ever been in love with somebody and you write some douchey shit on Facebook and trying to get them to see it? Some unrequited love shit. There's those times. I mean, I don't want to get
That's
super
all
deep
4
into that.
years.
Damn,
of
like
my
we're not trying to
household.
be depressed this
Dude,
podcast.
you told me the most embarrassing.
Yeah,
I'm just
Not the worst moment of your
Cody's
life. We're talking about the
going
most
all out.
embarrassing.
Dude, that's all embarrassing. Like trying to fight people drunk, like waking up drunk after you said something horrible to somebody or you did something bad, and you just got to be like, what kind of maniac am I as a fucking
But
person?
sometimes
Like, oh my
you're
God.
not. Like, I've had great nights with you, and you'd call me the next day like, hey, I got fucked up, don't
he
know
says
what
that
I
every
did,
time
but,
I hang out with Cody.
Sorry.
Every time
I'm
I
like,
hang
we
out
had
with
a
Cody.
great
Every
fucking
fucking
time
time.
last night, dude. What are you apologizing for?
Cody,
I don't
it's
know.
like
Every time.
you got to get the Cody courtesy call every time he leaves.
You
Like
right.
he
If you
leaves,
get-
and
if you
then
have a good time
an
with
hour
Cody,
later
you
you
get
get a call like, "Sorry, I was a fucking idiot last night." Like, oh, you mean the good ass time we had?
I don't know, dude. I guess it's from just fucking up so many times that I have this like weird complex about it that I just feel like every time that I drink, I fucked up, like I did something horrible or I said something wrong, or I get these like I'm a really insecure person, so I start like thinking that I did things that I didn't do, and like I start thinking I read too far into a situation, like somebody will give me a look that doesn't mean anything, and I'll
Like
be
this?
like, oh, he fucking hates me, yeah, something like that, and then. I don't know, man. I can't like narrow it down to one embarrassing thing. There's so fucking
about
many.
You
So
and
many.
Jason, what kind of crazy shit comes to the top of your head when you look at each other?
Oh God,
Besides kissing each other.
I've kissed you before, Pat. I don't think I've ever kissed
Yeah,
Jason.
I don't think
Have
we
we-
ever. I
we've
don't think I've
kissed?
ever
We got
kissed.
drunk and made out one time to
Oh
freak a
God,
whole
that
bar
is
out.
super gay.
Yeah, we did all
No, we
kinds of gay
didn't.
shit. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did, Pat. We did all kinds of gay
No,
shit.
we
Are these
didn't.
facts?
dude.
Remember that time we fucked each other in the ass, Pat?
We didn't do that either.
You don't remember that?
Luke's wearing camo.
I mean,
No, I'm not.
I roofied you first. Try to take the heat off yourself, Pat.
He's all
Try to-
stealthy with your.
You son
Pat
of a
doesn't want to
bitch.
admit to all the gay shit that he's done, but like he's told me
I
about all
mean-
the guys that he's kissed.
Patrick is dressed head to toe in Maverick apparel.
the fucking Logan Paul stuff.
These
Damn.
are facts.
Oh shit, most embarrassing. God damn, I don't.
Yeah,
I
don't
can't
know.
narrow this shit. All right, Pat, what's your most embarrassing moment since you're
Oh my
thinking
god,
hard
I think
about
about it all the time.
Really?
And it
There's
can't-
Oh, let's
one?
hear it.
Oh, it's bad.
Please.
So when I was younger, like 11, 12, I was a kid that didn't like to be fooled at all. At all. Don't fuck with me. Don't mess with me. All right? I can't be fooled. That was my mentality. So my dad's neighbor had a family party that we were invited to for some reason. My dad brought me along, and we're out in the back. There's like the whole backyard's filled with like 50 people. I'm sitting back there with my arms crossed, like I just gotta look like cool. You know, I'm just cool. These kids don't know me. I can be cool here, you know. And this kid comes up, and everybody's like, "Hey, he's here! He's here!" And he looked like he was hiding his arm. And he came up to introduce himself to me, and I said, "You can't hide your arm from me." And I start patting him down, and I open up his arm sleeve, and there's a little pig hand.
Oh my god.
There's a fucking pig hand the size of my pinky. It's got little hooves on the end of it.
You think that's your most embarrassing moment?
So-
That's gotta be traumatizing for that fucking guy. Like
Yeah.
he just pulled his little pig
Well, let me
nub
finish.
out.
So he,
Pork fingers.
I was like, I am so sorry. He's like, it's okay. And he starts playing football with all the other kids, and he's destroying them with his one arm. And damn, I thought about it every single day for years. And I was like, I don't think anybody even remembers that shit. So I told my dad, and I was like, my dad was like, what was that embarrassing thing you said you were going to talk about? And I was like, don't you remember this? And he's like, yeah, I was talking about it with my neighbor the other day.
We talk about it every day.
I was like, oh my God. Yeah, that was the most embarrassing moment of my life.
That's
sure.
a pretty easy embarrassing moment. I've done so much worse.
Well, another embarrassing moment was the cave cricket incident recently when I went caving.
When you're trapped.
I've heard this.
Well, I didn't tell Jason, and I don't think we actually recorded it for the podcast, but I'll go into it real quick. So I don't know if you've ever seen a cave cricket or not before, but those things are living, walking nightmares. You know, they're fucking gigantic. They can be the size of your thumb.
Covered in spikes.
Yeah, covered in... They're fucking monsters.
Like
They're
brutal.
monsters. Monster bugs. Scary. So anyways... Like the best way I can describe it is like what it turns into when it's in insect form. That's what they are. So when I was a kid, I walked through Mammoth Cave and like the whole walls and the ceiling and everything was just moving because there were so many in mating season. They would just jump on you. They don't give a shit. And they don't have like sticky claws. They have like hard fucking nails and they'll dig into you kind of shit. Like it's unintentional they're hurting us, but they have no fear of man. So I went down there recently caving and I didn't see any the whole time and I was like, fuck yeah, this is great. I don't have to face my fear because it's pretty traumatizing for a long time. And then I get down to the last cave and it's the first time it's been open all week and it's a lantern lit tour, so I had a lantern in front of me and I was like, I'll go first because I wanted a full blast of this crystallized cave, which was beautiful, by the way. It was like walking through a galaxy once you're in there.
I've been there.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of it, but you probably know what I'm talking about, the cave crickets for sure. But I remember I was walking through this wet corridor, and I was first, and I remember right outside the lantern's vision, it looked like little pine needles were falling from the ceiling. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I curved my eyes to the right, and I look on the wall, and I see these fuckers booking up the wall, and they're huge, dude. They're the size of my hand. There's spiders and fucking slimy shit all over the place, and they're jumping, and I'm like, oh my god. And I'm just have my hood up, and I'm moving forward. But the heat and the light, since it was the first time I saw it all week, they're jumping all over the place. And one jumps on my fucking leg as I'm walking down this staircase. And there's 23 people behind me, by the way, and I'm leading the pack. And it jumps on my leg, and I'm like, woo! If you can edit that out, and I just fucking swing the lantern past me, and I'm freaking out. I almost slipped off the fucking stairs, and I look at this fucker that's crawling up my leg, and he's booking it, dude, and I'm trying to swat him off, like just fucking flipping at him, and he's
How
just...
many people were you with that you fucking...
23 people, and the thing was Tom cruising on my leg, like it was hanging on for dear life.
Tom cruising on
That's
my
the best
leg.
way. Like, remember Tom Cruise hanging off that airplane in that Mission Impossible movie? That's what this little fucker was doing on my leg. And I finally got it off, and I turn around, and everybody's like, "Are you all right?" And I was like, "Yeah, just had to live through a childhood fear. I'm good now, though."
I'm trapped in a cave with them. It's all good. It's dark as fuck in
I'm
here.
just trapped.
Yeah,
I'm just
no
a
worries.
trapped animal.
Claustrophobic with a bunch of things that I don't like all the way around me in every which direction.
It was horrible.
Jason, can you think of one? Did they already ask you while I was in the pisser? Your most
Yeah,
embarrassing?
they asked me, but I couldn't think of any at the time. But referring back to Pat's story, one time I went swimming in a creek and fucking came out with like 43 leeches on me.
Oh,
And I was
God.
freaking
I would've cried.
out,
Around
dude.
here?
Yeah, fucking, they look like boogers, and I was like, dude, what the fuck is this? And I
Look
like
like
grabbed it and I squished it, and hell of blood came out of it, and I was like, dude, I'm covered in leeches, and I
Oh,
freaked the
God.
fuck out.
I would have started crying.
God, that's crazy. Think about that. You just get in, you get out. You don't even feel them get on you.
No, dude, I was literally in the water. I went in the water for like maybe less than 5 minutes, and I fucking get out, and I'm just covered in
Yeah.
fucking leeches. Like, it was disgusting. It was down in Sharonville.
Make
That makes
my
butthole
Did you have to
Yeah.
use a knife to get them off? Or
Fuck
did
no,
you...
I ripped them off.
Ow.
Well, what happens is they clamp on with their mouths, and you can just like pinch the tip of them and fucking rip them off. You're not supposed to do that because it leads you open to like infections and shit. But
Jason's hard as fuck, so he doesn't care.
nah, dude, I was more scared as hell when I got out of that water, and I was just like, I have 43 of these motherfuckers on me. Like, dude, they look like boogers. They
That's
look
what
gross.
you counted them? You
Yeah,
counted
fuck
43?
yeah, dude.
Oh
my sister was
God.
there
We'll
with me.
probably
I
pulling one off each.
I took them all off because I had them all over my back and shit. Like, it was fucking crazy. They look like little lampreys and shit.
They crawled on your pants?
Well, fuck no.
Little leech on the end of your dick?
I don't
What
love
about those?
Leech on
getting a
the leash.
blowjob? Yeah.
Have you ever heard of those? There's like parasitic kind of fishes that you pee in the water and they'll
The
swim
Amazon
up your
River.
piss and live in your ball sack.
Little bastards, dude.
It's worse than that. So
No.
they swim up your piss stream, go inside of you, and then they have these spikes that jut out
Yeah,
and
so-
jut inside
so
of the
they get-
shaft of your dick, and
yeah.
then you have to get your dick amputated.
Yeah.
What?
Fucking
Hold on.
horrible.
Yeah,
With the
they-
same
They
fish
cut
you're
your dick
talking about.
off?
Well,
They
they're
have to cut your dick off to get it out.
well, their gills
What?
have barbs, and when they swim inside your penis, they flex their gills, and they like so you can't pull them out, and then they just basically eat the inside of your fucking
That's
urethra
sexist.
while you're fucking
It
sitting
can
there.
kill you,
That's
right?
what that is.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I didn't know
That's
we were
why they
getting
gotta cut you.
sensual on this podcast.
Death
Ro-
Let's
talk about
romance
this.
stories.
Went
How
there.
could you honestly live your life without a penis?
No.
No.
Once you experience an orgasm, you cannot go without.
Well, like in Game of Thrones, like the Unsullied and stuff. Like, how do you think they cope with this shit?
Psychopaths that are ruled underneath a brainwashing type of religion.
Heroin.
Heroin. Yeah.
Also that.
I'll shoot heroin in my little dick nub.
Well,
Yeah.
what's our time frame at currently?
We're at 50 minutes. Do you want to jump into man to
Yep.
man?
This is on that subject. Let's talk about man to man. Jason,
Yes.
I wish like the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire music theme song was like playing in the
I
background.
could dump it in the back.
Can you put that in the back here?
Yeah.
Okay. Jason,
Yes, sir.
we're gonna talk about man to man. Dun-dun-dun. Sorry.
You don't need to. If I'm gonna put the fucking music,
Don't even put it in.
I hope
now.
it's still
I'm
looping
not.
right now.
It's not
no,
going in
put
here
it in,
now.
dude.
fucking
Put it
final
in.
I'm gonna
answer.
put it in the most awkward moments, just when Pat's talking
just
throughout the whole
fucking
podcast.
Put it in, dude. Put it in. Okay.
Start at the very beginning.
So it's just us here, Jason, and everybody else that's listening, and Luke and Cody. But
Alright.
just look at me and
But
just
mainly
talk to
just
me.
you two.
Just me. So, man to man, would you rather cut your penis off and stuff it with leeches? Wait a minute, can I start over?
Yeah, Pat, start over.
Let's say you fill up a sock with leeches,
Let's hear it.
and you have to.
You gotta fuck the sock.
You gotta fuck the sock.
Fuck the old leech sock.
You gotta fuck the leech sock, or you have to eat a schmagma
Taco.
taco burrito.
I'm going with the leeches straight up.
You're
They're
gonna
kind of
fuck
they're kind of soft and mushy, and I wouldn't want to eat a bunch of smegma from a bunch of fucking nasty motherfuckers.
Now, do you have to just take a bite, or can you eat? Do you have to eat the whole fucking burrito?
Probably have to eat the whole thing.
And then, do you gotta fuck the leech sock until you come?
Yeah, like, dude, do I have to
To
ejaculate?
completion.
Is it like?
Yeah, definitely.
Go
Okay.
full Cannibal Corpse, I come blood.
So,
Do you think they go right for your dick?
probably?
Yeah, it's got.
I mean, it's full.
blood.
Yeah, it's full blood, man.
Especially aroused.
Especially from the thought of fucking a leech sock. I mean, I don't know, but about you guys, but I'm rock hard right now just thinking about
I'd
it.
probably do it as
Wouldn't
fast as I
that
could.
actually make it even harder fucking a leech sock? Because they would be sucking the blood from your wiener.
It's all slime.
They're like
As
mini
it's hard.
penis pumps.
So
I gotta
you're
get one.
constantly you're constantly losing blood as you're fountaining blood to your dick. You're gonna black out before you nut.
Oh,
like
God.
that's a challenge, bro.
Oh, that's
Would-
good.
here-
It's like
here's a good one.
autoerotic asphyxiation, except
Well,
for
Facts.
with leeches. Come before the leeches kill you.
Are
Well,
we
they're-
starting a new thing right now?
I think we are.
Well, there's actually like
If we get 10 million likes, we will fuck a leech sock on live video.
I'll
Cody
do
will.
it. I'll
All right,
fucking
Luke
do
will.
it.
Pat's
if you
first.
think about it, you're getting like 10 blowjobs at once.
That's true. That's very true, Jason. Good
painful.
point.
10 painful blowjobs.
No, actually, they have a lot of what is it?
Oh yeah, they have a numbing substance when
Yeah,
they
numbing
their
substance in their
saliva is
spit.
actually like some type of it's not a local anesthetic, but it's similar to
Sounds
something
dope.
like that. So it's like lidocaine being injected, so you don't feel them. That's probably why Jason didn't feel them when they fucking sucked onto his body.
It's not a gummy. It's a nummy.
Would you get aroused if leeches were sucking on your nipples?
Possibly.
Would you let a leech suck your nipple?
Hell no.
What if you had to choose between leeches sucking your nipples
Make it a
all
man to
day,
man.
every day, or you're gonna have to eat a schmagma sandwich?
Oh my god, Pat. So you just keep
with
going the one that he
I'm
didn't
going-
pick already?
Yeah, I'm going with the leeches, dude.
No, but wait. The schmegma sandwich also has a
Or
turd in it.
you could put your penis in a hot
And your
dog
parents
bun.
are both dead. Like, well, Pat, I think we're gonna go with the other one.
Would you rather piss on a marshmallow or put your penis in a hot dog bun?
Just piss on a marshmallow. and
Penis,
that's the
penis
end
in a
of
hot
it.
dog bun.
What kind-
Fucking
You're
flat out.
getting lazy with these,
Yeah,
man. You need to start plotting.
You know how bad my dick would look in a hot dog bun? My God, I'd be embarrassed.
Would you? Well, if you put the dick in the hot dog bun, you have to put ketchup.
Barely
and
filling it up all the
mustard
way.
on it.
Does somebody have to bite it?
No.
Oh,
you just gotta
okay.
take a picture of it.
Oh,
you gotta
okay.
send it as a sext.
Dude, I might do that just like
As a
randomly
sex.
throughout
Like,
the night.
hey girl, you like this? Is this what you're into?
Well, I had a friend that did that as a joke. Our buddy Adam, he fucking had a picture on his cell phone of his dick in a hot dog bun that he would send to women when he wasn't trying to smash. Like that they were trying to hit on him, and he'd just be like, "Here's my dick and a hot dog bun." They didn't know what to say.
No, he didn't.
He did.
I fucking love you.
I have a similar a story similar to that.
Rest in peace.
Fucking
Rest in peace.
my friend Jake, when he had girls that messaged him that he didn't want messaging him, I would just like spit out just random shit at him to send to him. And one time there was this really ugly girl that just would not stop messaging him, and I was like, dude, you got to go over behind that bush, pull your pants down, and just send her a straight picture of your asshole. And he's like, bet I won't. And I was like, I bet. And he went over there and took a picture of his asshole and showed me, and he's just like, well, here it goes, and just sent it to her like, there you fucking go.
I live my life off of no balls.
You mean you have no balls?
Yeah.
No.
How often do you shave your balls?
How often?
Yeah. And what do you
My
shave with?
balls? Probably every couple of months.
Do you put shaving
Not
cream
as
on your balls?
often as the crotch area, probably.
Have you ever put shaving cream on your balls and razor shaved it?
I personally have never done that. I go
I
conditioner. If you go hair conditioner, with no razor burn. Fun facts.
Do you shave
try
in
that out.
shower or
In
after
shower every time.
I
Do you
never
turtle shell that
shave.
shit?
What?
Do you turtle shell that shit? Meaning, do you leave it like
Do
are
I
you bald?
poke my penis inside of my body so that it looks like a turtle retracting inside of a shell pad?
Are you
I
asking
mean-
if he shaves erect
I mean, that's
or
what my
not?
penis looks like anyways.
yeah.
Is it?
It's just folded,
bald,
meshed
like,
up skin and a little head sticking out like Gigi Allen's dick.
like you were just in a pool or something?
I mean, I could just wake up and it's just like that.
Could you just put your dick in a hot dog bun and call it?
Well,
a day?
boys, let me just pull my penis out for the end of this podcast here. I'm sorry, keep going though.
Cody,
You
put your
turtle
penis
it?
away.
What do you mean by turtle shell your penis?
Like no,
Or-
like your balls. Like it's bald.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, there's always a random straggly hair. I mean, it's not that bright in my shower, so I don't really. So it kind of sucks because you think your balls are smooth, but the water in there keeps all the hair down. So like you might not see it until it dries, and then you just got like 4 fucking Homer Simpson hairs sticking off the side of your
Oh,
head.
God.
And just like, God damn it! Like,
I have to shave with a welder's mask and gloves.
Damn, like some fucking sheep
you
shears.
got some plutonium dick that you
That's some
can't-
fire crotch humor
Yeah,
right there.
fucking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude, I shave my balls like every 4 days.
Every 4 days, what kind of razor
Got
burn
some
is
raw
What?
balls.
Razor burn?
you
What?
shave every, who are you trying to look good for?
No one.
Us.
Show us your
All
balls
All right,
right
show
now,
us your
Jason.
penis.
Come
Oh,
on,
God.
pull it out.
Don't make me do that.
Don't show
Show
us
me the
your penis.
podcast picture.
Yeah, if that's
No,
not the
it
case.
won't.
Hey, dude, that reminds me. Remember that one time, back when MySpace was fucking a thing? Like, I posted a picture of my balls really close, and I was like,
Oh yeah,
I was like,
I do remember that.
hey,
It was your
hey.
profile pic for a
I
while.
was like, hey,
With a
guess
smiley
guess
face
what?
on it.
Nah,
Guess
dude,
what this is?
It was really wrinkly, and I just like sent a picture on and put it on MySpace, and I was just like, yeah, that's my profile picture, and I left it up for a month, and I was like, anybody who can guess what this is a picture of, I'll give you $25.
And our buddy Sean commented on it.
No, Sean commented after, like, I had like 37 people like the fucking picture, and then they were just like looking at it, and they're just like saying all these obscure shit, and Sean comes out of nowhere, just like he likes it, and like a second later, he's just like, "That's your balls," and I was just like, "Fuck yeah, dude, that's my fucking
Yeah, it
balls."
is.
Fuck yeah, man. And like all these people are just like, "Oh no way, dude, I was staring at your balls for fucking 25 minutes." Like,
Trying to figure out what it was, really inspecting the crevices.
yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Well, that just about wraps it up.
That's a
doesn't it?
perfect ending point for
Yeah,
it.
Jason, we'd
Jason's
love to have
balls.
you back on. That was fun.
It was.
It's a good time.
So far, this has seriously been one of my favorite episodes, just talking all this random bullshit.
No, absolutely. I
Word.
wish honestly we had more time.
I mean,
Word.
it seems like a casual conversation. I can do this whenever you
Oh
guys
yeah,
want.
you live right down the road from me, so
Yeah.
once everything's all figured out,
You know, I got prostitutes on my corner, right?
there's
Solid.
prostitutes on this corner.
Get them on the
Yeah, man.
podcast. What
Yeah,
are we
get-
doing?
No, that would be
fuck,
really
Dude,
interesting.
yeah, fuck
It
yeah.
would be.
I'll give them fucking $50.
So how much crack did you smoke today?
Just come on the podcast and just show your nasty fucking cunt.
What's the dirtiest thing that you've ever? What's the dirtiest thing you've ever done for heroin? And go.
I'm so interested.
That's how we're
in this
starting the next
episode now.
podcast.
We'll just degrade the fuck out of her, put her in the corner, and throw hot dogs at her.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you,
Oh my
you
God.
pull out
How
your
much
dick
do we have
and
to
put it
pay
in
her
a
for a
hot dog
podcast
bun.
and a hot dog slap?
You know, that actually reminds me. One time I went down the street and there was this lady asking for gas money, and I fucking gave her like $4 in gas just for nothing because I had just got paid. And she's like, "Hey!" When I turned around, I was like walking away with my brother, and she like walks up real close to me and whispers in my ear, and she's like, "Hey, I'll suck your dick for $25." And I back up. I look at my brother, and I'm just like, Dude, she just offered to suck my dick for $25, and we just bust out laughing. And I was just like, dude, how are you going to fucking degrade yourself right after I gave you $4 for nothing?
I thought you were going to say you were digging through your pocket trying to see if you could
You
fucking...
look at your brother and you're
You
like,
got $12.50?
$25.
You got $12.50? I got $12.50. We could make this a double donger action with my brother.
Wait, have you ever been with a prostitute?
Never.
Wise.
Would you?
Never.
Okay, I was just curious.
All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap this one up since we're at about an hour. Jason, again, thanks so much, buddy. We got to get you back on.
Yeah,
this
thanks,
fucking
man.
We'll
thing.
have you on soon.
Well, love you guys. Thanks for coming over.
Love you
Appreciate
too,
your
brother.
time.
All right. Freak bitches. This is Joe Rogan signing off.